Howdy and welcome to the video. I'm in Montreal's Gare Centrale and I'm getting ready to take Via Rail's train 28 to Quebec City. I've never been to Quebec, I've always wanted to, and I'm really looking forward to it. So glad that you're here. Let's go see what we can find. My life in train travel, I don't know what it is. So my very first Via Rail train is delayed. I don't know what's going on. They've had to switch the engine out. So the train is about 2 hours delayed, something like that. So they've come around giving us some water. We got a free little, I don't know what this is, some little granola bar or something like that, and some little crackers. So waiting here in the Montreal train station, we've been delayed for like 3 hours. In fact, we should have been to Quebec by now. So I met some cool people here. Here's Maya and Amit, and they're from where?
Ottawa.
They're from Ottawa. Okay, so they were on the train from Ottawa to go to Quebec, but they had to get off the train because something happened to it. So they're here at the station. So anyhow, we've just been waiting. We got a $20 meal voucher from McDonald's. So between the three of us, we had 60 bucks to spend at McDonald's, which is absurd.
Yes, yeah, so much to spend at McDonald's.
Yeah, just crazy. So,
yeah.
Well, we'll just see what happens. Anyhow, having fun?
Yeah, this is great.
All right, good.
Cool guy.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get on the train sometime before midnight. Who knows? Finally made it out here to the track, getting ready to hop on the train. Excited about this. Finally got on the train, and now we're on the way to Quebec. I got a window seat, although it's dark, you can't see anything. And Maya is my seatmate. Yes. We didn't plan it this way. We had an assigned seat, or I had an assigned seat before the trip started, but because they had to switch trains out, they just had anybody, or had people just sit wherever. So anyhow, about 3 hour journey to Quebec. So if I'm lucky, I'll get there around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. We'll just see what happens. Maybe we'll have some more delays, who knows. All right, catch up with you later. It is 2:40 in the morning and I just arrived in Quebec. I'm so tired. I have a 9-minute walk to my Airbnb. I have all day in Quebec tomorrow, so I'm gonna sleep in and get some rest. I've arrived at my Airbnb. It's 2:55 in the morning and I'm gonna get some sleep. Mercy. Oh, that's not it. Don't know if that's it. 750. That's it right there. Good morning. I had an amazing night's sleep last night. I got a great night's rest. It's a little later than I wanted to get started today, but that's all right. Not a big deal. I've got the whole day. So anyhow, I don't have any plans set for today, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. I've got a few things in mind. So right now I'm just gonna walk towards Old Town, Quebec, and get started there and see what we can find. Check out this cute little Christmas store behind me. The windows are amazing. All right, I have to say, I'm loving Quebec so far. I haven't even made it to the Old Town down over the hill yet, but I feel like I'm in Europe. I really do. I feel like I'm in the south of France or something. I'm standing in front of the tourist information office, so I'm gonna go inside and maybe get a map or something and see if I can plan my day a little bit better. I just got some really good information from one of the guides here at the visitor center named Jeff, and he gave me some maps and gave me some good pointers on things to do. So now it's time to go find this stuff and let's go do it. behind me is the Château Frontenac, which is the famous Fairmont hotel here in Quebec. It's just a beautiful building. They have a replica of this at Epcot down at Disney World that I've been to before, but obviously I've never been to the original, so it's really cool to be here. And so the view from this place over the St. Lawrence River is amazing. Let me flip the camera around. And here's what the view looks like. So later on, I'm planning on taking a ferry across to the other side. Right now, I'm walking to a bus stop so I can go to the Montmorency Falls. That's definitely one of the places I wanted to go to when I was in Quebec. And at the visitor center, Jeff told me the bus to go to and how to get my ticket and everything. So that's where I'm headed now for my first stop. All right, got my bus ticket. Now headed to the bus stop. Hopefully this won't be too difficult. This is one of the gates, the St. John's Gate. You know, Quebec was a fortified city, and they've got these original gates here still. Very cool. And here's the outside of the wall. All right, just got off the bus and now headed up towards the waterfall. I think I'm gonna take the stairs down to the bottom and then see if I can ride the gondola back up. Jeff at the visitor center said there were 400 and some steps. I could do that, but I don't know if I really want to. So we'll just see. All right, just headed out across the bridge that flows over the river where Montmorency Falls is located. Here we go. So apparently this is the town of Château. That's what it looks like. Municipality de Château. Welcome. Well, let's go down through the gate and pay the fee to go see the waterfall. All right, so I just bought my ticket and now I'm gonna walk to the steps, and she said there were 500 steps to go down. At least I'm going down and not up. She lied. She said there was 500 steps. There's only 487. All right, let's go do this. All right, I think I'm gonna walk out to this hurricane deck, maybe. I'm not even close to it, I'm already getting drenched. We're gonna give this a try, but we'll see, I may turn around. Okay, so these little steps here are saving me. I'm not getting wet yet, but I can see it right there. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Wow. Woo. Oh my goodness. How could I not do this? This is so much fun. All right, yeah, that was great. My glasses are a mess, but when I get down here, I'm gonna wipe them off. Yeah, that was so much fun. Love that. It's a beautiful waterfall. I love the main fall, but I really love these other smaller falls coming off of it as well. One of them's actually not all that small, but compared to the main one, it is. Just a beautiful place. I've decided on the 3 things that I want to get accomplished today. The first one is here, Montmorency Falls. I wanted to take care of that first because it's the only one that's not in the main part of the city, so I had to take a bus to get here. The second thing that I really want to do is go to the Plains of Abraham, and that's where the battle took place in the 1600s between the French and the British. So I'm going to go check that out probably next. And then the last thing that I really want to do is just walk around and explore Old Town, which is what Quebec is known for. It's a city built with walls around it. So I want to go explore the walls and the gates and stuff like that. And then if I have time, I might take the ferry across the St. Lawrence River. So we'll just see how much time I have. I probably will. Headed on to the cable car now. All right, here we go. This car has a design to it so that everybody's facing this direction. It's got these steps that you stand on so you can look out towards the waterfall. Pretty cool. And we're back. Fun ride on the cable car. Now it's time to go head across the suspension bridge. This is a nice little walkway they've built up top. It takes you from the cable car over here to the suspension bridge. Looks like I've made it to the suspension bridge. Time to head across. Let's go. Definitely not a place you want to come to if you're afraid of heights. The suspension bridge over Montmorency Falls is awesome. Love this. Look at that. How cool is this? Wow. Yeah, great time on the suspension bridge over Montmorency Falls. Very cool. All right, time to leave this place. Find my 800 bus to take me back into Quebec. All right, made it back on the bus, and it's about a 30-minute ride back into the heart of the city in Quebec. So looking forward to sitting down, just relaxing for a little while, enjoy the scenery and the views, and then explore more of the city. Off of the bus, and now headed towards the Plains of Abraham. Now that is one big cactus. I've now reached the Plains of Abraham, and it is just gorgeous. So apparently there was a battle fought here in the 1600s between the French and the British, and so it's sacred ground here in Quebec. But apparently now they do hold concerts and festivals and things like that in the summertime. On the statue with the monument back there, where I think it was Joan of Arc, It said it commemorated the battles and heroes of like 1760. And I thought Jeff back at the Visitor Center told me it was the 1600s, but maybe it was the 1700s, so I could have been wrong on that. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Quebec was, and I guess technically still is, a walled city. So to me, I think this is probably the high ground. It seems to be like the highest point because everything else seems to be below here at the Plains of Abraham. So good spot for a fortification, I suppose. The sign says it's the Martello Tower 1. Obviously it's a lookout point. More uphill. And there's the path that Jeff, the guy at the Visitor Center, was telling me about. I can take back to the Château Frontenac. It goes right along the river. It looks pretty. Oh, okay, maybe these things are a little further away than what they look. Yeah, after seeing the sign, I remember Jeff saying earlier this is called the Governor's Promenade. Looks like a nice walk. I'm excited to do it. At least it's downhill as well. I've planned today pretty well. I've started up and walked down. This part goes literally right along the side of the Citadel. Very cool. This is a great walk. It really is. I finished walking on the Governor's Promenade from one end to the other, more or less, and now I'm back here on this boardwalk, and the Château Frontenac is right there. This is just a gorgeous place, and when you think of Quebec, or at least when I think of Quebec, that's what I think about. This is absolutely amazing. I swear, it's just like being in Europe. Unbelievable. Got the cobblestone streets here and these old buildings. This is just amazing. I love this. Just stepping on board the Quebec to Levis Ferry. Last summer when I was in New Orleans, I crossed the mighty Mississippi River on a ferry. So today in Quebec, I'm doing the same thing, this time crossing the St. Lawrence River. This crossing only takes 12 minutes. It's a big river, but it just doesn't take that long to go across. I'm just gonna go across to Levis and literally get back on and head back over to Quebec. Well, that was fun. Time to get off the boat and probably hop right back on. Okay, so I made it to Levis. I don't know, that's probably not how you actually say it, but we'll go with it. I'm gonna walk around just for a few minutes and just look around, and then I'll get back on the next ferry that goes over. I'm in no rush. I had 3 things today that I wanted to do, and I've done all 3. Went to Montmorency Falls, walked through the Plains of Abraham, and then just walked around and visited Old Town Quebec. I'm definitely going to go back to Old Town Quebec. I have to get back to my hotel, but I definitely want to explore that some more. And then riding that ferry, that was just a little bonus to get something else in today. But yeah, this is a nice area over here for sure. Got some fountains. All right, headed back on the ferry to go back across the St. Lawrence River to Quebec. If you ever come to Quebec, I highly recommend taking this Quebec-Levis ferry across the St. Lawrence River. It didn't cost, I think the round trip was like $8.30, something like that. It wasn't very expensive at all. It gives you great views of the city. It's just fun to cross on the ferry. And I didn't have much time in Levis, but it seemed like a nice little place. Definitely could spend some more time there. Anyhow, headed back into Quebec now. Love Old Town, so beautiful. You can see how wide the river is there. This street in Old Quebec is just fantastic. It's gorgeous. There's so many little shops and restaurants and cafes. Just a lot of fun. So while in Old Quebec, I had to get a classic Canadian dish, poutine. I actually got the beef poutine. It looks really good. The only time I've had poutine before was at McDonald's in, I can't remember where, somewhere in Canada. So this is actually real poutine. It looks pretty good, I have to say. Indeed, it is really good. Yeah, way better than the McDonald's version. This poutine is great. I was debating whether I should get it or not, but I figured while I'm in Canada and Quebec, I almost have to get poutine. And I tell you, this is just phenomenal. Oh my goodness, I'm so stuffed. Now I've got about a mile to walk back towards the hotel. Of course, I'm gonna stop by and see some other things on the way, but oh gosh, after eating that poutine, I just feel so full. Oh my gosh, it was definitely very heavy. But good though, very good. I'm glad I got it. Look at that cool window. How awesome is that? All right, I'm on the Funicular here in Quebec. Right now I'm the only one on here, but we'll see. It looks like I'm going to be the only one. This thing is really steep. It goes way up there. It's not very far. And I easily could have taken the stairs up, but you know, why not take this little method of transportation? Here we go. There's some people coming down. Cool. This thing is really steep. Look at the view of this. How really steep this is. It's almost straight up and down. And that's it. We've made it to the top. Exit. Sortie. This way. Merci. That's about all the French I know. Wow, that was fun. Don't know if it was worth $5, but you know, went in Canada, might as well do it. I tell you, from right here on the Governor's Promenade, just has such great views of the St. Lawrence River and just the old town down below. And then of course, the Château Frontenac back here behind me. Just a great spot and probably a great place for me to end this video. I've absolutely loved my time here in Quebec. I got here a little later than I thought I would because of the delayed train last night, but not a big deal. I just slept in a little bit longer and got to do everything today that I wanted to do, honestly, and even a little bit more. So it's just been a fantastic time. I thought I would really enjoy Quebec. But it actually exceeded my expectations, I have to tell you. I've been to Europe several times, and honestly, when I was walking around the Old Quebec, if someone would ask me where I was right now, I would say I'm definitely in Europe, definitely not North America. So it's just very nice, very interesting. If you've not been to Quebec, but you want to go to Europe and just don't feel like traveling to Europe, and you're in North America or the United States, Quebec is much closer. Highly recommend it. I think that'll bring this video to a close. I really hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you did, make sure you click that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to do so. I've got lots more videos planned from this journey. Tomorrow morning I catch a train from here in Quebec and I go down to Ottawa, and I'm going to explore the capital of Canada for a day. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Anyhow, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.